All right, let's take a look here at quick numbers. This is Tennessee's all-time record against Big Ten members at the time of the game. We keep doing that in the postseason. These are not, so you can't go back and say, well, against Maryland. Nope, Maryland wasn't in the Big Ten when you played them. But all-time, Tennessee 12-5 in postseason games against the Big Ten, against Big Ten teams at the time. 1-0, of course, against Ohio State, going back to that January 1st Citrus Bowl in the rain in Orlando in '96. Now, when Tennessee has the football, there you go. That shows you numbers. You can do your own comparisons. Tennessee has the ball. Ohio State's on defense. I'm going to start over here. Let's see. Who started last? Jimmy, I'll start with you. Who's got the advantage? Ohio State's defense, Tennessee's offense.
I'm going to give a slight advantage to Ohio State's defense. Statistically, they're number one in the nation in points allowed per game. I think in total yards per game. They give up less than 100 yards rushing per game. I think they're sound everywhere. I don't think there's a weakness on their defense, and I don't think defense is the reason they lost to Michigan. So it's a slight edge. Now, I'm a little concerned about Tennessee at wide receiver because they're banged up and they got 3 guys in the portal. I'm a little bit concerned about the offensive line, the tackles in particular, being able to hold up against Ohio State's defensive line. So I'm going to go a slight edge to Ohio State.
Last time we saw these guys, Dylan Sampson was literally limping off. Brew McCoy was out for that game at Vanderbilt. Dante Thornton, who's been hurt off and on all year, left the game with an injury. You were playing Chaz Nimrod, got in the game. Now Nimrod's in the portal, as you mentioned. He's gone. Caleb Webb's gone. You were giving Mike Matthews some more opportunities. If your guys aren't 100%, you're going to be playing some guys that are deeper down the depth chart. Bob, I would think if you look at this, there's one positive, I would say, going into this, and that is you could make a case Nico's best game, considering the competition, was on the road at Georgia. Now, he wasn't lights out by any means, but he showed me when a lot of the other guys on his team didn't show up, he was ready for it. He didn't turn into a puddle. He was fine, yeah. So I think if you're looking for a positive, you look at the fact that, okay, Nico may be big enough for this stage, but they've been so inconsistent as an offense, it makes you worry.
What you're hoping is that the first half at Georgia, and then you were very consistent against Vanderbilt. And I'm not a person selling Vanderbilt short. That was a pretty decent Vanderbilt team, and you looked probably your best offensive game of the season against a quality opponent. But I'm afraid I got to go a little bit more than a little advantage to Ohio State's defense. I think it's a little bit bigger. Because if you look, and once again I said it earlier, if you look at the accolades they've gotten, what the NFL thinks of these guys, I think it probably, once again, the best unit that you faced, and they're number one in the country, so the stats back that up. And I just wonder if Tennessee's offense could get a little overwhelmed because of as good as their defensive line is against your offensive line, which has gotten better, but is still not stellar.
That's
Yeah, I would kind of lean towards Bob in terms of the gap there. They are so good on every
You're so
level.
negative.
Hey, I'm the one that said Tennessee's favor in the last segment. But I do think that there's NFL guys. You mentioned how good they are at every level. There's NFL guys at every level as well. And even though Tennessee's offensive tackles have improved as the year has gone on, and that I think has helped Nico kind of settle in, I think this is a different level, different beast in this game. You can't put that Michigan game on the defense. The Tennessee run game against the run defense, Ohio State is going to be huge. But I think different challenges, especially for those wide receivers and the offensive tackles.
You guys tell me if you disagree with this statement. I think if Tennessee's going to win this football game and take out the Kent States and Chattanooga and the garbage.
Hot.
Yeah, the hot garbage, the trash.
Yeah.
Take out the nonsense games. I think this has to be Tennessee's best performance of the year on offense to win this game.
Yep.
I don't think you can be close. I think you have to. You can't have your 25 penalties. You can't have 15 turnovers. You got to have Dylan Sampson hitting it from first quarter through the fourth quarter. I think it's got to be your best day.
And to the point about Nico, and I do think he has played really well in some recent games. He's got to get help from the receivers too now.
Yes.
They can't go out there and drop passes. I saw where Georgia led the nation in drop passes. Tennessee had to be close. So they have got to help him as well.
All right. Real good. When we come back, Mark Pankratz joins us. We're going to talk a little Tennessee basketball with their big win at Illinois last night. We'll talk about that. We're going to give away, we got more hints coming for the ticket giveaway. We're going to get back to football. We got a lot more to come. Come on back on the Sports Source.